break up. Those two words gave them an even bigger shock. Jin Yazan warned Zia Zibai about the man who looked for her, but Zia Zibai revealed he was just the owner of the restaurant where she worked. Before Jin Yazan could respond, Zia Zibai assured her she wouldn't see him again, as he had been caught for illegal activities. Support the translator by reading Hidden Marriage on Buller Translations. She found a set of child-sized pajamas shaped like a Pikachu that Little Treasure could wear. She had gotten them when she was working part-time, and had just casually tossed them in the closet. It was easier to settle the change of clothes for Lu Tingxiao since her little brother had left a few sets of clothes with her. She had felt that she had let down her adoptive parents after reuniting with her biological parents, so did not have the face to meet them. She rarely contacted them and only kept in touch with her little brother Tang Nuo. She returned to the room to grab a set of new bed sheets and pillow covers after having found the clothes. The sofa in the living room was not big enough for Lu Tingxiao to stretch his long legs. She could only move a stool over to add length to the makeshift bed. She didn't have to worry at all for Little Treasure. He washed himself in the bath and put on the cute pajamas by himself, then instinctively headed for the bed to lay down. She finished bathing and changed into a more conservative pair of pajamas. She walked out after checking that she looked decent. "That, Mr. Lu, I'm going to sleep first. Call me if you need anything." "Yes." Lu Tingxiao's gaze lost focus as he looked at the freshly bathed Ningxi. The depths of his eyes darkened overwhelmingly. The girl was wearing the most ordinary pair of pajamas and had her hair tied into a bun. She had a fresh face and her smooth skin held a natural flush from the steam of the shower. He could tell that she had dressed conservatively. There was nothing inappropriate with her image. However, the situation inside Lu Tingxiao's heart was a little hard to describe. He had discovered that a certain part of his lower body was faintly raising its head. She entered her bedroom and suddenly saw that her bedroom had an additional cute little creature. She was put into a wonderful mood. A lot of things had developed beyond her expectations since last night. "Sleep soon." She switched off the ceiling light and left the lamp by her bedside switched on. She lay down next to Little Bun. Little Bun blinked, seemingly not having the slightest urge to sleep. She started to have a headache. It seemed like kids needed stories read out to them before they would go to sleep. She shrugged helplessly. "I don't know how to tell stories. What if I sing a song for you?" Little Bun became filled with anticipation as he nodded. Thus she gently patted Little Bun's back as she started to sing softly. "In the warm and cold autumn days, staying close by your side, quietly watching time fly by. Those red leaves amongst the wind caused my heart to be at peace between wakefulness and drunkenness, resisting the urge to smile. Let me be like the snow in the clouds, raining cold gentle kisses on faces, with endless feelings of lingering. Flows endless love in humanity. Welcoming the thousand changes of life." She suddenly paused in her singing since the next line was, "having sex with a lover." Yikes! Weren't these lyrics a bit inappropriate for the young? She should switch to another song. She coughed once. "Auntie will sing another song for you, since Auntie forgot the next line." Little Bun nodded obediently. She racked her brains to think of a more child-friendly song. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got, and home did trot, as fast as he could caper. He went to bed to mend his head with vinegar and brown paper. It was only after singing 3 times that she heard sweet snoring start from her side. It wasn't easy to raise children. She suddenly felt admiration for Lu Tingxiao as a single dad. She wondered who Little Bun's mother was. Why did she give birth to Little Bun and leave Lu Tingxiao? Was it because her status was too low for the Lu family to accept? Was it because Lu Tingxiao had some unseen complications? She slowly fell asleep while going off into wild flights of fancy. At midnight, she was shocked awake by a sudden muffled sound from the living room. Support the translator by reading Hidden Marriage on Voller Translations. She carefully moved off the bed to see what had happened since Little Bun was sleeping very soundly. She saw Lu Tingxiao pouring some water to drink after pushing open the bedroom door. One hand was covering his stomach, and his face looked pale. She hurriedly went over. Mr. Lu, are you okay? Nothing big. Does your stomach hurt? Lu Tingxiao didn't reply. She knew that she had guessed right. Lu Tingxiao actually couldn't eat spicy things. Yet why would he attempt to eat anyways? Wait a bit. I'll get you some stomach medicine. Fortunately, she had the most common medicines at home. She hurriedly brought over the stomach medicine. You have to eat both pills. Thank you. Lu Tingxiao took the pills from her palm. His slightly cold fingers grazing lightly on her palm felt as if they were grazing the tip of her heart. It suddenly made her feel weak. In the still quiet of the windy and stormy night, it was too easy to lose control with this kind of beauty in front of her. She silently chanted the digits of pi until she could calm her heart down. Looking at Lu Tingxiao eating the medicine, she accompanied him for a while since it wasn't polite to leave immediately. Are you a little better now? Do you need to go to the hospital? I'm sorry, I didn't know you couldn't eat spicy foods. Originally, she was worried about Little Bun. In the end, nothing happened to Little Bun, but something happened to Lu Tingxiao instead. What would this be called? Not your fault. It's just an old problem. Lu Tingxiao suddenly opened his mouth after the two were silent for a bit. The reason for intruding on your hospitality tonight was because Little Treasure wanted to see you. She wasn't sure if he'd made a slip of the tongue. Little Treasure wanted to see me. Little Treasure had suffered a big fright in the warehouse. He's very reliant on you now since you saved him, Lu Tingxiao explained. She found that as long as Little Treasure was nearby, or if someone brought up questions regarding Little Treasure, the piercing cold atmosphere around Lu Tingxiao would weaken a lot. He wasn't as scary as was earlier during daytime. So it was like this? She nodded her head. This kind of night was easy to cause people to let down their defenses and reservations. She asked a question that had been bothering her for a while. Taking the liberty to ask, does Little Treasure not know how to speak? Even up until today, she had never heard Little Treasure utter a single word. The little fellow would only nod or shake his head. More so than not knowing how to talk, he doesn't want to talk, Lu Tingxiao answered. Then it's a problem of the heart. She frowned. Little Treasure is a bit closed off. He tends to shut himself away. Lu Tingxiao didn't hide anything. It's like this. It was pretty much what she had guessed. As to why Little Treasure would shut himself away, this kind of rich family's secret, she naturally would not dare to ask about more deeply. Miss Ning. Lu Tingxiao suddenly focused his gaze on her. Those eyes were bright, cold and calm, yet it gave her a feeling of being so fiery that it would burn a body into ashes. Yes, she gave a slight start at the gaze. Have we met somewhere before? Lu Tingxiao asked. If these words were spoken by someone else, she would definitely think the other side was trying to strike up a conversation, using an obsolete, old way at that too. But the person speaking was Lu Tingxiao. The bewilderment in his eyes were real. We probably haven't. Even if I had seen Mr. Lu before, there's no way I wouldn't have an impression. But is there some problem? Ning's tone was still considered firm. With her status, she couldn't have met a person at Lu Tingxiao's level. That would be the case even when she was still the Ning family's young miss. Nothing. Lu Tingxiao shifted his gaze, his eyes reflecting the deep color of the night outside the window. He seemed a bit lonely. The atmosphere seemed to be going a little bad as they continued to interact like this. Mr. Lu, if you don't have anything else, then I'll go to sleep first, she carefully said. It seemed as if Lu Tingxiao had seen through her. He raised his hand. No hurries, sit. Not in a hurry. She was in a very big hurry. Okay.